So now we are recording, and this is the new material for our class. So this is the first topic that we need to cover, and we actually touched this topic already, and I hope it will not be very difficult for you. This is the topic of two Hebrew particles, ash and ain. And actually these two particles, ash and ain, are, we can say that these are roughly equivalent of English expressions, there is, there are, or there is not, there are not. So yesh is a Hebrew word for there is, and ain is the Hebrew word for there is not. And both of these particles are only in the present tense. They can occur only in the present tense. So it is not for the future or for the past. And it's very easy to translate. For example, Yesh lechem be'eretz Yehuda. Yesh, this is there is. Lechem, how will you translate?
Bread.
Food, bread. Be'eretz Yehuda. There is a bread in the land of Judah. Or Yesh Arim Gedolot Be'eretz Yehuda. Arim, these are cities.
These are great cities.
Yes, so there are
Judah.
big cities or great cities in the land of Judah. So let me do like this. It will be maybe better for you. So you will not see the English translation. The difference between these two variants is that first one is singular. There is bread in the land of Judah. And this one is plural. But do you see, yesh doesn't change. Yesh doesn't change because in one case it is plural, in another case it is singular. And yesh doesn't change by gender, by number. So it is just yesh, and after yesh you can make it feminine, you can make it masculine, plural, singular. It doesn't matter for yesh, so it doesn't change. And the same with the particle ain. So it also doesn't change. So how you can translate the first one?
There is no bread in the land of Judah.
Yes, there is no bread in the land of Judah. And the next one?
There are no big cities in the land of Judah.
Yes, there are no big cities in the land of Judah. So now, if we want to say the same, but in the past tense, like there was no bread in the land of Judah, we need to use the verb haya. But in this case, the verb haya will change by number, by gender, by everything. For example, can you translate the first one?
May I try?
Yeah, of course.
In the land of Judah, there was the bread, or there was a food.
But in English, it's better to say there was a bread in the land of Judah.
Yes.
And the next one?
Okay. I can try also.
Yes.
They were good. They were good cities in the land of Judah.
Or not good. Rabot,
Ravot.
yes. Rav,
They're great. They're great.
no. Gadol would be great, but
Many.
Many.
Yes.
Okay.
There were many cities in the land of Judah. Yes. Any
Okay.
questions? Okay. There were many cities in the land of Judah. But in this case, do you see Haya is changing? So Lechem is masculine singular. That is why Haya takes the form of third masculine singular. Arim is plural and feminine, and Hayu is third common plural, So the verb should take a form in agreement, which is in agreement with the noun. Okay, so I think it's not a problem, it's very easy. And now the same is if we want to use a negative, so we do the same with the particle lo. Lo haya lechem be'eretz Yehuda. So how can we translate it?
There was not.
Yes, there was no bread in the land of Judah. Or
Yes.
lo hayu arim hedolot be'eretz Yehuda.
There were no big cities in
Yeah.
the land of
Yes.
Judah.
There was no big cities. Here it is not Rabot, but Gedolot in the land of Judah. Okay, so it's very easy. Now we need to try another one. Yes, with the preposition. For example, if I want to say you have or you do not have. So in this case, we use yes and preposition lamed with pronominal suffix. For example, if I want to say I have, in Hebrew it will be yesh li. There is for me. If translated literally, it will be there is something for me or for somebody else. For you, for him, for her, and so on. Just can you translate the first one? Yesh la'af ben. Okay, let us start with the second one, this one.
I have a son.
Okay, very well. I have a son. How can we translate this one? So just remember, lamet is a preposition.
The father.
Yes.
And the father have a son.
The father has a son. Yes, very well, very well. So there is a son for a father, but it doesn't sound well in English. So this variant, the father has a son, is much better. And the same is true when we have a negative sentence. Ein la'af ben.
The father does not have.
Yes, the father doesn't have a son, and en li ben.
I do not have a son.
Yes, I do not have a son. Okay. And the same is true when we want to say it in the past. So, but only we need to use the verb haya. I think it is very clear, and it's not very difficult topic. I will not stop here for a long time because we need another topic, and another topic is much more important, and it could It could cause some problems, but I believe you will not have any problems with this. And this is the pronominal suffixes and verbs. So you already understood that in Hebrew, they like to add pronominal suffixes almost to everywhere, to every word. So they could be added to a noun, they could be added to a preposition, and also they could be added to the verbs. But in this case, if they are added to the verb, so in this case, this pronominal suffix functions as a direct object. So do you remember what direct object is? For example, in the phrase, I love you, you would be a direct object. I took a book. A book is a direct object. Okay? So is it clear?
Yes, Prof.
In Greek, direct object is accusative. So it is an equivalent of accusative. In English, we do not have cases, but we have an idea of direct object, so we cannot avoid it. In this case, we can say the same phrase in different ways. And I gave you two examples from the Bible. Ve'e'ese otecha legoy gadol, and I will make a great nation of you. Or I will make you for a great nation, or a great nation. I will make a great nation from you, something like this. And do you see, we can say the same, just a little bit differently. Ve'e'esecha legoy gadol. And both variants are written in the Bible. So the first one in Exodus 32:10, and the next one is Genesis 12:2. And do you see they are translated the same, because actually there is no semantic difference between them. But what is the difference? In this case, I will make you a great nation. In this case, you is done as a preposition with the pronominal suffix. But we can add this pronominal suffix just to a verb. And we don't need this preposition. No, it is direct object marker. So it's direct object marker with the pronominal suffix. But we can just add the pronominal suffix to the verb, and we can omit this direct object marker. So do you see ot is omitted and ha is here, and the meaning is the same. So did you understand this?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof.
Clear. Okay, very well. So the pronominal suffixes which are added to the verbs are the same as the pronominal suffixes added to the nouns. So if you look at them, you can see that they are completely the same. Ni, ha, h, hu, or o, ach, nu for plural, as, hem for you plural, hen for you feminine plural, hem or am for them, and hen, an for them feminine. So actually it is the same as we studied it before. So it's not very difficult to memorize them. The only thing that we need to remember that sometimes they like to add so-called energetic nun between the root of the verb and the suffix. Sometimes they put this energic nun. And this energic nun will always have a dagesh forte. And sometimes we have to be careful because, do you see, in this case, this nu here is not pronominal suffix for us. But it is Dagesh, we have Dagesh forte here, and this Dagesh forte will indicate that this is actually an adjective noun. And vav here will be for this one, third masculine singular, him or his. I love, oh, this is a mistake. Sorry. Him. So it will be for him. I will do it. We say it, but it is I will do him, but in English it's very difficult to say him. So it will be I will do it, but it is this suffix of third masculine singular. We will encounter some of such issues, and you will see it. Now I would like us to practice a little bit. Okay, so let's try to translate some of the verbs. This verb is naga, and naga means to touch. But our task is just to translate the verb. So all of them are verbs, and these verbs are with the pronominal suffixes. So our task is to translate the verbs and to understand the pronominal suffixes. So in this case, what we need to do, first of all, we need to distinguish between the verb and the suffix. So naga means to touch.
Professor.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I just want to know how to put the preposition with hem. You know, hem, and you have the second person of plural with them. So how do you put the two?
Preposition, it could be
Not the preposition for hem. Hem is for you. It's yours.
Hem.
Yeah.
I knew you masculine plural.
Yeah.
So what is the question?
If you have a verb in the second person plural masculine with a preposition, with a personal preposition, with second personal preposition plural also, how do you put the two? Because it finished with them, and you add hem. So
and
how
we need
do
to
you
add
make?
hem.
Yeah.
So you will love you. Yes, for example.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah.
So honestly, I have never encountered such kind of case. But the question is good. I like your question. So let me do like this. Let me try to find. I will just open accordance. So I'm just doing for any verb. It could be any verb. And let it be in cal, and we do not care about any other. Oh no, we need to be its person second, gender masculine, and number plural. Okay, and we will add a pronominal suffix. Pronominal person, second, gender masculine, and number plural. So let us see, can we find at least one example? Oh, do you see? There is no occurrences, such occurrences in the Bible.
Okay, thank you. And I just want to know how do they put the two, you know?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I will consult. I'm not sure, but I will consult the modern Hebrew, because the same construction is also possible in modern Hebrew. So I will ask some people how in modern Hebrew they do this, or check in some grammars, and I will come back to the question. Okay. Okay. So
thank you, Professor.
let's try to translate. Let's try to translate. I just want to repeat that naga means to touch. Okay, first of all, I would like to ask you, is it katal, yiktol, vaiktol?
Is yiktol,
How do you know that this is yiktol?
because of this shewa.
But in yiktol, it should be hirek, not shewa.
Ah, okay, okay.
It is Qatar.
It is katal, correct, it is katal. So this is katal, and do you
First
see?
person plural.
Okay, very well. How do you know that this is first person plural?
No.
No. Very well. So look at this. No is clear that this is first person plural.
We touched.
Okay. And ha?
Second person masculine.
Second person
Singular.
masculine. So in this case, how can you translate this one?
We touched you?
Not him.
We touched
Oh,
him.
you.
We touched you.
We touched you.
We
Yeah,
touched
you.
you. Okay, so in this case, look at the vowels. Why do we have shiva here? Because of this pronominal suffix. Because when pronominal suffix is added to the verb, the reduction of the vowels take place. And it is exactly the case when we have the reduction of the vowels. Okay? So here, it seems to me I have a translation. We touched you. Okay, next one. First of all, let's try to identify the root and the tense.
Matzah.
Matzah, very well. Matzah is the root. Okay, let me do it green. Matzah. Now, is it katal, yiktol, vaiktol?
It's a Qatar.
Katal, very well. What does matzah mean?
To find.
Fine.
Find, very well. So now let's identify the person, the number, and person, number, and gender.
Third person plural.
Third person plural. So how do you know this?
Because of you at the end.
Yes.
Pronominal suffix is first person singular.
Yes, very well. First person singular. And this is not an adjective noun because there is no dagesh here.
There's no dagesh.
Yes. So how can you translate it?
They found me.
They found me.
Yes.
Yes. They found me. Okay. Next
Yes.
one.
So, sorry, Professor, can you explain again why there are the noon here?
Okay. Just a minute, please. I need to go back to the table of the pronominal suffixes. Sorry. Again. It doesn't want to. I want to show another document, but okay, this one. So look, the pronominal suffixes is ni for the verb.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
Okay, so it's different here between the verb and the noun.
A
Because the
little
noun
bit
does not have the
different,
noun.
but anyway,
Yeah.
e is everywhere, so it's very difficult to differentiate. Okay, next one. Or any other questions? Okay, next one.
Waikahe.
Waikach hecha.
Waikahe.
Dig. Exacto.
The root is lakach,
Very well. The root is lakach,
which is to take.
to take. So letter lamed is absent, but what remained from letter lamed? This dagesh is just
Dagesh.
indicator that lamed and kof just assimilated, and lamed is inside this letter kof. Okay, lakach. So now the tense, the conjugation.
And they went. And they took.
And who took?
They took. The third person plural.
How do you know that this is third person plural?
And I don't think so. It could be the third person singular.
Yes, the third person
Yeah.
singular. Because do you see in third person plural, there was
Okay.
u. We do not have u
Good.
here, but because it is yod, it is definitely third person masculine.
Masculine.
Okay.
So it is, how can we translate the verb? Just the verb without the suffix. Here is the suffix.
Mm.
He took her.
And he took her. Yes, very well. And he took her. And he, third masculine singular, took her, third feminine singular. Okay, next one.
Seems like the root is darash. I just don't know what the meaning is.
Okay, very well. The root is darash. Do you know this verb darash, or maybe I just? So, do you know
Maybe
the
my,
word?
my classmates know the word. I don't remember encountering it.
So,
No, it's not in the vocabulary.
yeah, okay, darash. Maybe it isn't there. Maybe I forgot to put there. So, okay, midrash. Do you know midrash?
Midrash, yes?
Yes. So midrash comes from the same root, darash. So darash means to seek, to look for.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, midrash is a kind of looking for a meaning of the text, because midrash is a commentary on the text of the Bible, one of the most ancient commentaries on the text of the Bible. Okay, so darash is to seek. Now let's try to understand the conjugation.
Is the icto
It's
conjugation?
first person
Yictol, very
singular.
well. This is yictol. Okay, the person.
The
First
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 person singular.
Singular, very well. So how can we translate the verb without the pronominal suffix?
it's them. I
I
seek
will
them.
seek.
I will seek.
I will seek them.
Sick,
I will
yeah.
I will
I will
see.
Now let's look at this one.
I will see.
This one is the energetic new.
Yes, exactly. This is an adjective noun. And because this is an adjective noun, we will not translate it. And the
Yeah.
suffix is u, but actually
Third
it is
person plural.
no,
Oh, no, sorry.
Him.
him,
Mhm.
him. So I will seek,
I will seek him.
I will seek him. Yes, I will seek him. Okay, and the
Please.
last one. So
No,
any questions?
before we go to the last one.
Pardon?
Before we go to the last one,
Yes.
this energetic noun, wherever we can found it, we cannot translate it.
No, it's not translated. It is just inserted in the word for melody or for, I don't know how to explain. So just to make it sound better, but not for the, it doesn't change the meaning.
Okay.
Sorry, Professor.
Yes.
If we have to translate, I will seek us. How do we put it in Hebrew?
I will seek, or he will seek us. So in this
Yeah.
case, there will be no energetic noun, and it will be just nu.
Okay. So we cannot make a difference between.
Yes. So this
Yeah.
energetic noun. So if you see the dagesh in nun, it is not us. It is most probably him. Yes.
Okay. So the dagesh in the noon say that it was energetic one.
Yes. 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 So the next one, the last one for our exercise.
It's a Victor.
The root is
Victor,
aha.
very well.
And the first and the third, no. The root can be a have.
Yes.
Which means to love.
Very well.
Her. And she loved her.
Why she?
And he loved her.
And
Loved
he loved her.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Oh yeah, it is here, but I just. Yeah. And he loved her. Very well. So I hope you got this idea how to translate the pronominal, the verbs with the pronominal suffixes. I want to show you a little bit. So for your class, for your in lecture, in lesson, you will have a lot of, after this topic, you will have a lot of exercises just in lecture. Yes, one thing I would like to warn you, this thing I was not able to fix. So do you see here, everywhere this is matching. It's a very simple exercise. Just you need to choose the translation of this short sentence. But here I was not able to change the font. Sorry for this. And I tried to do it many times, but I was not able to succeed. And this is some kind of problems with the Moodle settings. And actually the settings were changed, but when I tried to edit, it gives me to edit only 5 options, first options, and the last 2, it doesn't give me to, it doesn't allow me to change. So that is why I was not able to make it in a proper font. So sorry for this. Okay, let me just click here. So after the lecture, after the material, you will have a lot of exercises. You will need to translate the verb with the pronominal suffix. So can we try to do it together, just several?
The root is Natan.
Very well, the root is Natan.
I gave her.
Again.
I gave you.
I gave him.
I
It's
gave
him.
you.
You. Sorry,
You.
you. Masculine. Second person masculine, singular.
Okay, let's try to check. Okay, so if it gave us another verb, so it means that we did correct. Okay.
Shama. The root is Shama.
Very well. The root is Shama.
Yes.
Which means to listen.
Okay.
I listen to you.
I listened to you.
I heard you.
Oh, I heard you. Correct.
You, I heard you.
The root is Sha'ar.
Okay, very well.
I asked you. I asked you.
Why I?
You.
This is third person
Yes.
masculine.
So how can we translate?
Asked you.
He asked him.
Yeah.
He asked you. Sorry, he asked you.
Asked you.
Okay, next one.
The root.
Shalach is the root.
I sent you. No. He said,
Yes, you're correct.
I sent you.
Thank you.
I sent you.
Okay, so you understood, yes? So
Yes.
after you read the lecture, please do those exercises. It will help you. It will help you to practice, because the more you practice, the better. And everything you need just now is as more practice as possible to recognizing the root, the suffix, the conjugation of the root, and all those details. And we will have many, many questions like this, and we will have an exercise for the in exercises for the quiz, similar one. So you will try to do it as much as possible. Okay, we have another important issue, and this is the very tricky verbs, the verbs with the first nun. So you can see it, yes? Actually, what happens? There are two variants. If the first nun in Yictol tries also to assimilate with the second radical or second letter of the root. For example, do you see nafal? The stem is nafal. If we add prefix of Yictol, it will be yin fol. But in this case, this nun and p or pe tries to assimilate together. And in this case, this nun will be hiding inside this pe, and we will have yip po. And here we will always have a dagesh forte. Yip po. Okay? Do you understand it? It is clear? So the first nun, it looks like it disappears, but it doesn't disappear. It just assimilates. It assimilates with the second letter of the verb, of the root. But it doesn't happen with every verb. If, for example, the second letter of the root is guttural, so it doesn't happen, because a guttural letter cannot accept this nun. In, for example, nahag, it will be yin hag, and it will remain yin hag. Okay. Now, how can we do? Okay, the word nafal. How can we do? Nafal means to fall. Okay. How can we translate we will fall? Okay, let me just. Nafal, and we try to make it in Yictol. It will be Yipo, and if you want to make it we will fall, it will be okay. Is it clear?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, so, but as I told you, it doesn't happen when the second letter or second radical is guttural. So in this case, assimilation doesn't happen. And yes, there are two verbs, two groups in this category, and there is first noun and second, first noun first and first noun second. And the difference is that they will make, so in Katal, there is no problem. In Katal, those verbs do not have any changes. So they conjugate as normal verbs. But in Yiktol, you can see we will have this issue. And you will see, and you can just understand why it happens. So you don't need to memorize this paradigm. It doesn't make sense. You just need to understand where the first noun, how the first noun disappears. That's all. You don't need to memorize it. You need to recognize the verb with the first noun. So the difference with the first noun first and first noun second is the vowel. So if here the vowel is normal, cholem, yiktol, in some verbs the vowel will be patach, yigash, tigash, tigash, and everything else is the same. This is the only difference. And I gave you the verbs, and those verbs are the ones which occur most often. They occur most often in the Bible, and we will just the simplest way is just to memorize this verb, and it will be a part of our vocabulary, and practice to find them in the text. And now this is almost everything about the theory. Just one more small section about the preposition mean, but it's not very difficult. You will understand it without any problem. And now I would like us to practice again. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Are we to write the new one, new two when we are translating those verbs?
Again, please.
Are we supposed to identify the new one, new two when we are translating them?
Yes, you will have. Of course, yes, we will need to do this. And for example, what else I did new for you? Just let me show you our exercises. So missing word, and in this missing word you will have a lot of verbs with the first noun. So what is different from what you had before? So you will have just 10 sentences, or almost 10 sentences, but they are done as a story. So that is why I put it on one sheet of paper, on one page, so that you can see what was before. So you can see what was before, and it will be easier for you to translate. So it is like a part of one story in 10 sentences, and here you will have, for example, here you will have the verb with the first noun, and some others here as well. So you will practice them. But I would like to pay attention to this one. Vaet. Can you guess? Of course, you don't know yet, but can you guess what kind of word is this? This is a verb.
The vehicle?
Yes, it's
Assimilated
Victor.
one.
So, and do you see, if it is Victor, so we need to remove these two letters because it is just a prefix. And what we have only one letter of the root.
Yeah.
It is assimilated. Yeah.
And it can happen only with the verbs with the first noun. That is why the verbs with the first noun, sometimes people say that it is the trickiest verbs in weak verbs in Hebrew. Because only in case of the verb with the first noun, only one letter of the root can remain and everything else disappears. And okay, let me go back to the word. I just, yes. Okay, so can you see it? Yes?
Yes, Prof, we can see it.
Of course, this one is just a prefix. So we just do not take it into consideration. This is a prefix. And as I told you, this is the verb with the first noun. So this first noun just hid somewhere inside. But we need to identify the one more letter of the root. So what could it be?
Probably a hey.
Yes, a hey. Because in the third masculine singular, vaiktol, with the verb with the third hey disappears, it drops out. So the root is nata, nata. And nata is to extend, to stretch, to turn aside. So nata is the root. Okay? And there is another root, another word, nacha. But it doesn't happen, it doesn't occur in kal. That is why you don't have any verbs with this. But sometimes probably you can find this one. Va. And this is nacha, nacha. But this is in Gefil, it is in another binyan. We will study it a little bit later. But these verbs are really very tricky when only one middle letter of the root remains in the verb and everything else just disappears. But only several words like this, so just we need to remember that these are the case and they will not make a problem for us. Okay, so now let me change to another screen and we will practice a little bit to translate. Okay, the first sentence.
Yedatem ki, yesh, na vi, bei, na vi, veia, Israel.
Very well.
Navi is prophet. The last word is Israel.
In Israel.
In Israel, yeah. Prophet in Israel.
Okay, the first verb.
The root is yada.
Very well.
Yada is to know. Yada is to know.
Kata.
What is this?
To know.
To know, very well. What is the conjugation?
It's kata.
Katal. Very well, it's katal. What
You
is the
knew.
person?
You knew because
You knew
You
that
knew that
there is
Very well.
a prophet in
there's a
Israel.
prophet in Israel.
You knew that there is a prophet in Israel.
Israel.
Mm.
Okay, next one.
יש דרך, ישר, לפני, איש.
Please translate.
Word by word, I think I can
Try.
Yeah.
Erect is what?
Direct is the way.
Yasha.
Yashar is upright. Lifne is before or
Is
in
man.
front of, and ish is a man.
Okay, so put everything together.
It is very difficult now.
There is a way.
Which way?
there's an upright way in
Yes,
front of a man.
straight or
Yes.
upright. There is an upright way
Before him.
Man.
before a man.
Man.
It seems to me it is from the Bible, but I don't remember. Okay, this one.
Must be Proverbs.
Yeah, maybe from the Proverbs.
And
By
reading first.
Bethlehem,
Lechem.
Beret, Mitzrayim, Ki, Ein, Lehem,
Lechem. Bet
Lehem, Vekol,
Wait. Okay. Again.
Bekol,
Bechol.
Bekol,
Man.
Eretz, Benaan,
Canaan.
sorry, Canaan. The first word, the root is matzah, which is
Very
found.
well.
To find.
Found
Lehem.
bread in the land of Egypt.
And they found the land, in the land of Egypt.
but they did not find bread in all of the land of Canaan.
Again.
And they found bread in the land of Egypt, but they did not find bread in all of the land of Canaan.
Okay, yeah. Do you see? Sometimes you just made a very, very popular mistake.
Because.
Yeah, you do not translate, but you guess. And when you guess, there are big chances that you will guess wrong. Okay, try to translate literally. The first part of the sentence was translated very well, and they found bread in the land of Egypt.
Yes.
Okay, now let's start to translate from key.
Because
Well,
there was no bread in all of the land of Canaan.
very well. Now it's correct. Okay, next one. It's also from the Bible. Do you remember Emmet?
Yes.
Truth. Truth.
Truth.
Yes.
But chesed is difficult to us.
Yes, this is a new word, and chesed actually means loving kindness. When God explained to Moses who he is, he used this word. And these two words, emet and chesed, very often occur together. So do you remember Psalm 100, or I don't remember the number of the Psalm, when it says, the truth and the, not mercy, will meet.
And
mercy and truth will meet together.
Again, how do you say it?
Righteousness and peace have kissed each other, something like that.
Yes. This is the Psalm. And here, emet and chesed are like very often, it's sometimes people even say that it is a kind of merism or hendiadis. There are some words in theology, not in theology, but in syntax. So it means that it is like something very similar one to each other. Okay, but now chesed is loving kindness or mercy or something like this. And what about this word, da'at? It is a noun which comes from the verb. And the verb is yada.
No knowledge.
Knowledge. So now you can translate.
okay.
If
There is no truth.
Okay.
And no kindness.
Well.
And no knowledge in to.
No.
Knowledge
don't forget
of God.
Elohim.
And no knowledge of God.
Very well.
In the land of Israel.
Very well. Just perfect. Next one.
If there is no man, if there is no man,
No, there is no if, just because. It's better because.
Because there is no man that
sin not.
Yes, there is no man who didn't sin or who doesn't sin. Yeah. Okay. And okay, this one is from the Bible.
It seems like the previous one is from the prayer of Solomon to the Lord when he was dedicated the temple.
Maybe I don't remember where I took this sentence, but I need to search in the Bible and we can find it. Yes, probably I just modified it a little bit, but it seems to me I even didn't modify it. So everything here is from the Bible, and I see that you are already able to translate the Bible.
Can we go back to the previous sentence?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, right there. Hata is the word that takes the meaning of sin.
Yes, do you say hatat?
Yes,
it's a sin.
hata.
But hata is to sin. So in this case, this is a verb.
Okay, so when we say to sin not, we come back to the law. I'm saying the negation, we use the previous word law.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, negation, yes. Okay, next one is from the Bible, and I hope you will understand what is it about. The only word that you probably don't know this ash. Do you know ash? Ash is a fire.
Yes.
You know this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
If the man of God is it true?
Annie is the first person.
Yes.
Annie is the first person.
Okay. How can you translate it? If
I went down. I will go.
There it is good, yeah?
If a man of God.
yeah, this is the most difficult when you understand all the words, but you cannot translate them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try to translate this part.
If I am a man of God.
Very well. If I am a man of God. Okay.
Fire will come from heaven. Fire will come from heaven.
No, not just you are guessing now. Do not guess. Just try to translate literally.
Fire from heaven.
Fire from heaven.
This is
Teret. What is teret?
Aha, okay.
Will go down. Will go down.
Yes. If I am a man of God, the fire from heaven will go down.
And consume you.
And will consume you. Okay, very well. So in this case, I would like to ask you, what is the conjugation for this one? Is it Victor?
No.
Katam.
No.
What is this?
It's katam.
It's not katal, because it starts with taf. And taf is a prefix. Achal is the root.
So it's yiktol.
Yes, yiktol. And do you see we have here ve yiktol, not va yiktol, but vehicle. And vehicle should not be translated as past. It should not be, it should be translated as a future. Okay, now let's try to translate the last one here.
And the man took
Very well. Whom?
this,
The boy.
the boy or the young.
Okay, wait. So you are correct. Naar is the boy. But do you see what happens here? It has a feminine ending.
Yes, yes.
So it's not already a boy.
Young.
But it is
The girl.
a girl, yes.
Bad boy.
Okay.
What?
Okay. And the man took the girl.
And gave.
No, tehi. What is tehi? What tehi? It's the same as vaihi, or similar to vaihi, yes? Vatehi. But it is from the verb haya.
Okay.
And this is vaiktol from the verb haya.
And was not.
And was her.
And what is lo? What is lo?
To him.
To him or for him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the man took the girl and was to him.
Okay, let's come back to this verb tehi. So do you see this is haya, okay? But we need to understand the person.
And she was to him.
Yes, and she was for him or to him.
Wife.
Yes,
For wife.
it's better
Wife.
to translate, and a man took a girl and she became his wife.
Yeah.
So in English it would be, it would have more sense. And the last one.
And he loved her.
And he loved her. Very well.
And he loved her.
Very well,
And
very well.
Loved her, or and he loved her.
Please, I did not
Which is the
understand
right-
about this one.
Okay, okay, very well. Let's
And
try
love
to
her.
analyze.
Love.
What is the root?
Have.
Ah,
I have.
Okay, ahav is the root. So what is here? This is just a prefix. Vaiktor, yes.
Vaiktor.
Yes.
So
So what is here?
Is
Suffix.
It is a suffix. Okay.
Third person feminine.
feminine.
So now let's try to understand the person of the root.
Is he.
He. Why he?
person.
Because we have yud.
Yeah.
If yud, it could be either he or they. There is no other way. And always masculine. So in this case, it is singular. That is why he. And he loved
Loved her.
Her.
please.
Excuse me, Prof.
Yes, yes,
Excuse
yes.
me.
Excuse me, Prof.
about Hanaara. How can we translate it? I did not understand it good.
Okay. This one, ha is what?
Is an
Prefix.
article.
Article. Yes, is
Yes.
article.
Article.
So Naar is a boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Neara is a girl. So it is like how to say Isha. So do you see
Okay.
Ish is man, Isha is a woman. Naar is boy, Neara is a girl.
Good. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we still
Excuse
have,
me, Prof.
yes,
And next, Prof.
yes, please.
Excuse me. Suppose we could say, and here we say via have is and he loved her. What if I say and I love her? The ictal, how do we put it?
and I love her.
Yeah, the ictal. I want to see the ye. How do we put the ye?
Yes, so we didn't study this because those verbs do not occur very often. These are the
Okay.
verbs with the first aleph.
Okay.
And do you see, let me explain it with the verb amar. Amar, he spoke. But if I want to say I will speak, I will speak. So in this case, do you see what happened? It should be like this, to aleph, because this aleph is the word of the part of the root, and this one is prefix. But they do not like repetition of the same letter. That is why what they do it like this. And only the vowels will show what is the difference between them. Omar. Okay. So that is why we have Vayomer,
Yes.
and he said. And Omar would be I said, I will say. And the same or have supposed to be I will love. Let us check. We can always check. If, of course, we have this kind of yes, or have. Do you see?
Mm-hmm.
Or have, I will love them.
No. I just see the previous screen, sir.
Oh, you cannot see?
I'm
Yes.
seeing the previous screen which you had put
Oh,
earlier.
yeah, sorry. I forgot to
Change.
yes. So this is accordance, and in accordance, I just found a case when we have a have, verb, call, imperfect, first person singular. And we have several examples here. Do you see?
Mm.
Or have. And here, or veha, I love her.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So only
Yes,
two
thank
occurrences of this verb. I can just, if it is important, I can make several separate topic for you for the verbs with the first aleph. So we can, it will be easier for you to understand. Okay, so now we still have like about 10 minutes and 10 minutes. And I would like to start reading with you one text, because so far we didn't read the text. But I would like to give this text for you as a home reading. And this text is good because it is about the verbs of the first noun. So I tried to put in this text as many verbs with the first noun as possible. Can you see that my screen? Okay, let me do
We
it
are
again.
still in the previous.
Maybe, oh yeah, this one. So the text is called Adam ve Nachash. Nachash is a serpent. But when you read this text, do not, how to say, it is not a canonical text. It is just an exercise. So do not look any kind of theology in this text. Okay? Oh yeah, but no. So this, okay, let us do like this. This text for you will be just your homework. You will do it at home, because here we have a lot of verbs with the first noun, and you do not know them yet. Let me show to you another text, and this text probably will be easier for you. And of course, we will not be able to read all this text in the full, but just we will start and we can continue next time. So can you translate it?
Ma
yesh lecha. 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 Ma yesh lecha. Ma yesh lecha. Okay, just try to translate word by word. What is ma?
What?
What? Yesh.
To have.
Yes, we can translate it as to have.
Yes.
Lecha. Or
To you.
lecha.
Do
So
you?
how can you put everything together?
What do you have?
What do you have? Yes, correct. Okay, so now this is like a tale about two kings, and they are called. Do you remember the book of Daniel? And in the book of Daniel, in chapter 11, we have two kings are fighting with each other, and this is the king of the south and the king of the north. And now just a little bit of the geography of Hebrew geography. How do they put the direction of the directions? So do you remember that west in Hebrew is, what was at the west from Canaan, from Judah? If you go to the west, where will you go?
The Mediterranean.
Yes, to the Mediterranean Sea. That is why the word west for them is yam, because yam in Hebrew is sea.
Sea.
Okay. So what was at the south of Hebrew, of Canaan? It was a Negev wilderness or Negev desert. So that is why Negev for them is south. So what was at the north from Canaan? there was a mountain and it was called Tzafon. That is why Tzafon is the north.
North.
Yes, and Kedem is the east. But we don't. Oh yeah, it seems to me we have Kedem as well here. Okay, now you can read.
And the king of the north went to the king of the south and said,
No, just vice versa. Vayelech melech hanehev. Nehev
oh, the king
is
of the south, yes.
yes.
South, yes, sorry, the king of the south went to the
And the king of the south came, Vayelech, El Melech Hatzafon, to the king of the north. Okay, Tzafon is north, yes? Tzafon is north.
And he said,
okay, so Yesh Li
Do you have?
No, there is no question. It is not a question.
Actually, I have.
Yes.
I have an army.
I have armies.
I have armies.
No.
Aratzot is the lands.
Yes.
Yes.
I have lands. Aratzot is lands. Okay.
Sava is army.
I have great armies and land.
I have
and cities.
Many lands.
I have many lands. Very well.
Yes.
Ve'arim
and cities.
And cities.
And
the great cities or big
and
cities.
The great cities or big cities.
Yes.
Okay.
Uma esh leka.
So this is the same as in the beginning of the.
And what do you have?
And what do you have? So you already like it, yes?
King of the North answered.
Yes, and the king of the north answered. Ana is to answer.
Yes.
Okay, Gibor, do you remember what Gibor is?
Yes.
Border.
Okay, and this word probably you don't know, Atsum. Atsum is strong.
Strong.
And he answered.
And Gabor?
Strong. Okay.
No. I wanted to ask, what did you say Gabor was again?
Gibor. Gibor
uh-huh.
is like a military man. Like a soldier.
Okay.
I have strong
soldiers.
I have strong.
I have strong
soldiers.
Okay, I have strong soldiers. Okay, next sentence.
I will ask you.
No, not ask. Ask is sha'al.
I
This
will
is
send.
I will send you.
I will send whom?
Yes.
Whom? I will send,
I will send him.
not him. Him would be autor.
I will send them
I will send them.
to your land.
Okay, very well. To your land.
I will send them.
Velo titzor.
And not Titzor.
Titzor is from Natsar, and Natsar is to protect.
And will not.
And they will protect the land.
No, don't guess. So, do you know? Just before I used the sentences from the Bible, but the problem was that when I used the sentences from the Bible, people very often guessed, and because people usually know Bible very well, so they can guess well even without translating, but just they recognize the verse or the place, and they can understand what is this verse about. So that is why I started making like short texts like this one. And when you translate this text, you cannot know what, so you cannot guess. So you need to translate, okay? So velo titzor ata arecha. Okay, velo titzor ata. What is ata?
Is you.
They.
You. Titzor.
Oh, you.
To protect.
Protect. Hello?
Not protect.
Not,
You will
yes.
not protect.
Arecha.
You will not protect my. Eh?
Not my.
Your city. Your
Your.
city.
You.
You will not protect your
City.
city or
Cities. Sorry, your cities.
So how
Yes,
do we
your
know that
cities.
this is cities?
The yod.
Yes.
The yod
Because yod is
before
here. Very well. Okay, so let's put everything together. And
Yes.
the king of the north
The king of the
answered,
north answered.
I have strong soldiers. I will send. Okay, continue.
Them to your land, and you will not protect your cities.
Okay, very well, very well. Okay, so I think it is a good story for you, and you can continue translating it at home. Okay, I just look at the. So it seems to me you know everything here. Okay, this word haver. Haver. Do you remember this name? The person with the same name occurs in the Bible in the book of Judges. It seems to me in chapter 4. Yeah, about Deborah and Jael. But Haver actually in Hebrew means a friend. Haver. Havarim, friends. Okay, Haver is a friend, but I will make a special list of those words that you do not know.
Yes.
Okay,
I was going to suggest that.
Yes, I will make a list, because do you see, when you make a story, sometimes you need to use some words which are not in your vocabulary. So Kedem, you already know what Kedem is.
Is that east?
East, yes. Markevot, Markeba is a chariot. Markevot is the chariots. Okay, but I will do it for you.
His chariots. Okay.
Yes. So this one is latet, is infinitive construct. You don't know it, but there is, but it is in Russian. I will translate for you in English. Okay, everything you know. Vayomer melech hanegev ata ki ani kavet. Kavet is the new word from your vocabulary. And this is the new word from your vocabulary. Oh yeah, and this one, okay. This one, I need to explain you this one as well. So you already understand what is the word Mitzrayim.
Mitzrayim.
Okay, so this Mitzrayim, of course, it's Mitzrayim. It's
Someone
Egypt.
from Mitzrayim.
No. This one, the final hey, is this so-called directional hey. So this directional hey means it indicates or it tells us about the direction. So I can say like this: I go to Jerusalem, and in Hebrew it will be Elech Berushalayim, or I can say Elech Yerushalayma.
Jerusalem.
Yes. So Vayelech Mitzrayma means and he went to Egypt. So this is this final Kamez Hey is like two, and he went toward Egypt or to Egypt. Okay. But of course, I will make a list for you, so you will see all those words that are not familiar for you so far. Everything else you are supposed to know. And yes, one word. Can you identify this word? You know it, but probably it will be difficult for you to identify it.
Is it not harav?
Not
to
harav.
desire, to want?
Huh?
Harav.
Oh, harav.
It's heref. Very well, heref. What is heref?
Is a sword.
Yes,
Sword.
yes. Very well.
Oh, the sword, okay.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Okay, I think now it will be very easy for you to translate this this text. But of course, I will provide for you all the words that you do not know. Okay, so thank you very much. Do you have any questions? So if you do not have questions, I would like to remind you, and probably I will write to the to our group, so everybody should know that I will give you 2 more attempts to do the middle term exam. So in general, you will have 3 attempts to do the middle term exam. And the grade will be the highest grade. Not the average, but the highest. And one more thing I need to tell you, that the text for the translation, it is not only one text, but every one of you can get a different text. So every time when you do your midterm exam, you can get a new text. Not the last that you did, not the one that you did last time, but a different one. Because it's like random. I don't know what kind of text you will get. All of them are approximately of the same length and of the same difficulty. Okay, they are short text and you will give them. You will have them. And of course, for me, it's like an additional job because I need to translate, I need to check all your translations. but just forgive me, probably I will not do so far what I did. I provided some feedback for you. So if you translated not correct, so I just wanted to explain to you where you made mistakes. But if you do the same text several times, probably I will not have time because I have another class that I teach right now. And this week and next week, I will be busy with teaching another class. So that is why probably I will not have time to give you personal feedback for each of your translation. But when everybody done the text, we can translate all those texts together. So you will just all the questions you may ask. Okay, so we do as always, as usually do. The vocabulary, the quizzes for this week, and the lesson. You study the lesson, you do the quizzes, and after that you will have the model quiz as usually. And we will continue in the same mode. Okay, do you have any questions so far?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
The second chance you give us of attempting exam.
Yes.
We need to know the limit time it will take.
So as I understood, 3 hours is enough.
Okay.
Yes. The only thing I would like to ask you to do is start with the translation.
Yes.
So because the translation is about like 40% of your grade. So if you do the translation well,
okay.
so you did half of the quiz.
Okay.
Okay. So the translation is the question number 77, the last one.
Okay.
So
yes.
start from the last question and translate the text.
Yes.
When you translate the text, pay attention to details. As I told you, vayiktol, yiktol. So vayiktol and katal should be translated as the past. And
yes.
yiktol should be translated as the future in most of the times. Okay?
Yes.
So
any deadline?
Deadline.
Yes.
So so that deadline, I didn't set the deadline for this midterm exam, but of course we cannot do it forever. We need to finish it and go further.
Yes.
So let's try to do it during this week.
Okay.
Is it doable?
Yes.
I give you 2 more attempts to do the the midterm exam. And I don't remember, but the midterm exam is how much? How many percent of your final grade? We need to look at the
20%.
syllabus. 30%? 20%. So just do you see? Try to do it well, because it is 20% of your final grade. So it is important, I believe. I don't want you to miss any point because of that. That is why I give you many attempts to do this midterm exam. So, and my position is like this: the more you do it, the more you practice. The more you practice, the better you know. So it is just a matter of practice. The more you practice, the better you do this, and you can better translate the text. And our final mission, or our final purpose, is to translate the Hebrew text. So you have to get those skills of translation. And as I told you, from this time and on, you will always have a text to translate. Okay. And one more thing that I didn't do for you, but I would like to do it. Just I would like to send you every day one text from the Bible with a simple grammar that you can translate. And your task will be to translate this text from the Bible. Okay? But when you translate it, just don't type the answer in the general group, in the general chat. So give other people chance to think and to translate it. So if you translate it, just answer me personally. Okay? And today you will get the first one. Okay.
Yes, please.
That's good.
Okay.
You said,
So,
excuse me.
yes.
You say that when we translate it, where are you going to display it? In the Moodle?
No. I will send it to our WhatsApp group.
Okay.
It is not.
And then?
It is not for grade. This everyday text is just to encourage you, to keep you in a Hebrew mood, so that you can practice it every day. I believe
Okay,
it is
sorry.
fun. It is just for fun. It is not for grade. If you don't do this or you don't know, it's not a problem. And later on, okay. So let's do like this. So today I publish the text. You can translate it. Next day I will tell you where this text is from, and the translation of the text. Okay, and I will give you a new one.
Sorry now, are we translating, then
That's
we
good.
send it to you, or we personally we find the answers? Are we doing it personally?
Yes, if you translated it, and you can just know did you do it correct or not. If you do it correct or not, just send it to my personal number, to my personal account, not to a general group, because in this case, if you translate it first, so it means everybody else don't need to translate it. Okay, but it is not for grade, it is just for fun. Mm-hmm.
A good idea.
Thank you, Prof. That's good.
Okay, so now if you don't have any questions, any more questions, so we can be dismissed for today. Yes, one more thing I would
I
like
have
to...
a particular
Yes,
question
please.
about the WhatsApp. My WhatsApp is now on laptop. I can't open the document.
You can or cannot?
I can't open the document on laptop because my cell phone was stolen. If you help me well, you may send on my email.
Oh, so you mean that you cannot use WhatsApp right now?
I'm using WhatsApp on laptop, but I can't open the document.
Okay, so even if it is a picture, you cannot open it?
You can.
I can't.
Okay.
A picture I can, yeah, a picture I can open.
I will send it as a picture.
But I can't.
Yes, anyway, I will send it as a picture because do you see, Hebrew text could be distorted in Word or in other applications, but if it is a picture, everybody can see the same. So I can send it as a picture.
Oh, okay, so.
Any other questions? I wanted to say something, I forgot. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Sorry, Professor.
Yes, please.
Do we share the new vocabulary also?
Yes, for the new vocabulary, I forgot to include 2 more words because these words will occur in the text. So that is why I just added them later. So may I ask you just to add these 2 words to the vocabulary, and we can share it with everybody.
Okay, send it to me, and
yes, I will send you immediately. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. If there is no question, so we can pray and we can end our meeting.